Welcome to warm-up 5.2. Today we're doing a linear day, so get a foam roller, get a med ball, baseball, lacrosse ball, whatever you have. Roll out those quads, hip flexors, glutes. Let's get the calves going. Let's get that lower ankle going too. So between the calves and your heel, kind of work out all those areas that might be tight or sore, get some blood flow in there. Next we're gonna do bear crawls, just forward. So from this quadruped position right here, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Dig those toes in, lift up your knees, opposite arm, opposite leg, nice short little choppy steps, 10 steps forward, 10 steps back. If I'm going to this position, I want you to notice my hips aren't dipping side to side and keeping everything nice and tight. So we're gonna go ahead and do, like I said, 10 steps forward, 10 steps back each side. Then we're gonna go over to our single leg bridges and then our linear mini bands. So for the single leg bridges, laying down here, straighten out one leg, drive to the opposite leg, come up so that knee and that shoulder are one straight line, those hips are all the way through, coming back down. Let's get 2 sets of 5 each leg. Should be feeling that in the back side of the hamstring and the glutes there. And then I'm gonna grab a mini band here. If you don't have one of these, you can grab them on Amazon pretty cheap. We're gonna do monster walks. Get some tension on the band there. Keep your feet pointed straight ahead. Walking forward. So let's pretend like your feet are on railroad tracks. Those feet are staying in place and they're just staying forward. Your legs are gonna be straight. 10 forward, 10 back, and then we're doing skaters. Skaters are gonna be feet together, out on an angle. Feet together, out on an angle. So with those, you can bend your knees a little bit more, but still have those feet pointed straight ahead. So like I said, you're doing 10 forward, 10 back of each of those. Then we're gonna do deep lunges and knee hug lunges. Deep lunges. Let's get 2 sets of 5. Deep lunge, drive those knees forward, touch the knuckles to the ground in front of your toe. So this knee, when I drive forward, it's gonna go in front of my toe. I'm touching the ground in front, coming back up. So it's a super deep lunge, working on that deep range of motion with that flexion, okay? Next, we're doing knee hug, up on her toe, into that forward lunge. Come back up, knee hug, toe, lunge. All right, today for the movement skills, we're gonna do chicken walks and then some wall acceleration work and some marching. So for the chicken walks, same thing we've been doing, getting that knee up, having good balance here, kicking that foot out, squeeze that quad at the top. It's the most important part. Squeeze that quad, watch it contract, and keep that knee up. Let's get 2 by 10 each side. Then we're taking that into wall acceleration switches and doubles. So same position we've been on the wall before, leaning forward in that acceleration, heels off the ground, drive that knee up, underneath 90 degrees, toe up. I'm gonna push into the wall and switch. When I go back, I'm thinking about pushing that turf straight back. We'll take that into doubles. We're gonna come here and doing 2 switches. Again, push into the wall, keep that core tight. Try not to collapse forward with those shoulders, all right? Think about pushing that turf away. That's the most important part. And have that good angle right there. From there, we're taking it into overhead marching and some floating skips. Grab something for overhead. Doesn't need to be heavy. I just have a med ball here. You can just have a stick if you want to. We're just doing forward marching. Driving that knee up. Planting that foot straight underneath your hips and ball your foot. Getting that knee up to 90. That toe is going to be up as well. We're going to do 2 rounds of 10 yards and then taking that into floating skips. Floating skips, 2 rounds, 10 yards. Those are gonna be when we land at the same time. You can start off kind of like a pogo and start driving those knees up. So both feet hit, other knee drive straight up. Let's go ahead and start that in place and then take that into a linear position of 10 yards. So either do 2 by 10 in place or 2 by 10 yards. Finally, we're gonna get into our plyometrics. So today we're gonna start off with pogos. Those are gonna be just like we're jumping rope with no rope. So if you have an imaginary line, real quick off the ground. Okay, bending the knees a little bit. We're working on ground reaction time. So as quick as you can off the ground, not max height. We're doing 2 by 20 touches. From there, depth drops and depth jumps. Find a box that's a little higher than you can jump. So if I can jump 30 inches, I want to get a 32 or a 34-inch box. That way when you land off of it, it's a little more force than you just jumping on the ground like normal, all right? So the depth drops are going to be when you step off and stick your landing. We're doing 2 by 5. Depth jumps, 2x5, that's gonna be where you step off, you're quick off the ground, and then you jump up as high as you can. So depth drops, stick, come back up, 2x5 of those. Depth jumps, come out, quick, stick. Notice how I throw those hands too. So when I go down, these hands are going down. When I come up, the hands are coming up. All right, 2x5 of each of those. And then we have 2x5 single leg counter movement jumps. So picking up one foot, let's start with our hands on our hips. Drive that knee down, jump straight up. Take that box there. Bending that knee, jumping up as high as you can. Good landing. Stick that landing. Try to stay in place as much as you can. Probably notice I kind of moved inward there a little bit. I want you to go straight up and straight down.